What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from the Quartering In. Dr. Drew is canceled, I guess. I don't know. For the longest time, I've known that Dr. Drew isn't exactly the person I'm going to listen to in terms of what to do about everything going on right now with the coof. But a lot of people did, I guess. And this definitely stems from celebrity worship. I don't think that Dr. Drew is a horrible person at all. I think he's absolutely done more good than harm, helping people like Steve-O, things like that. But people are issuing, I guess, threats to him, and he's now had to relocate and move different spots. It's really sad. And Twitter is just, being inside has not been good for the state of Twitter, I would say. It's just not, it's not good for people. Since everybody is dumping on Dr. Drew, he was paid by GlaxoSmithKline when he was on Loveline. Shocking. I told y'all Dr. Drew was a dip. Now he's doing the flip the switch challenge. I realized Dr. Drew had no idea what he was talking about a decade ago when he said everyone should have, well, whatever. I mean, he is the embodiment now of the flu bro people. And what I don't get, honestly, what I don't get is all these galaxy brains on Twitter that are talking about how they always knew he was a hack. Why are you mad? Why are you mad about it now? Is it maybe because an hour ago he says the media needs to shut up and stop with the disturbing coverage of everything going on? And maybe the media is working on canceling him. It's difficult to say. It really is. I mean, you have people on Twitter are obviously scared. They're always very scared, and they're always very reactionary. You have this Yashir Ali with a video that now has 2.3 million views, and essentially it is a 2-minute montage of Dr. Drew being too optimistic about everything going on right now. Even in the beginning, I still remain optimistic because I don't think being pessimistic has any real value. I've played ball from the start, but at the end of the day, I still have a lot of faith in American ingenuity and our will to survive and our will to overcome. And I don't think that this is going to be quite the end of the world like some people on Twitter have been saying. My position has been clear in that, yes, I was too optimistic at the front, but I still think that we're going to be much better off at the end of this than people thought. And then there are a lot of silver linings that you can point to. The massive push and adoptance of distance learning and distance working. This is going to change people forever after everything's said and done. And you're finding people on the fly, businesses, small businesses everywhere adapting. All my local restaurants are now doing unique little things where you can call up and get a Bloody Mary 4-pack delivered on Sunday mornings, and you can get your what's the Wisconsin drink everybody drinks? Old Fashions. You can get those. You can get different foods. Pick and Save, my local grocery store, is doing these meal to go things that are going really well. Kohl's department store is now delivering orders to your trunk. This is all ingenuity. This is all progress. This is all business succeeding and adapting. And these are all good things. I continue to support, obviously, social distancing. But obviously, at some point, things have to get back going. Now, this 2-minute video is pretty rough. It's definitely everything he said from the start on his podcast, where he was very optimistic. And then he flips back and forth. And this is really what got everything going. The thing is, just because Dr. Drew was too optimistic about everything, that doesn't mean he's not also right about the media whipping everybody up into a panic. And now it's interesting that these two stories come out back to back. First of all, this story dropped today, and then coincidentally, he gets canceled on the same day. Isn't that interesting? I'm not saying they're related. I'm just saying it's something we need to explore. Now, I would like them to shut up. Dr. Drew slams disturbing media coverage of everything going on right now. Dr. Drew Pinsky condemned the media's coverage coverage saying they need to shut up and stop whipping up further panic and chaos. By the way, I 100% agree with this. I hate it. I hate it. I would like the media to shut up, Pinsky said on Friday during an appearance on the Pat McAfee show, which, by the way, is a great show. Pat, bring me on sometime. I watch your show all the time. I'm remembering now, back in the very beginning, what got me sort of mobilized. The Pasadena, California native said, as I was sitting in a local Fox affiliate in New York City, and there was a reporter in Italy going, we're having staggering numbers and stuff. Look, we have 24 million. He's looking at the numbers like a lot of people did. Pinsky argued, the media are making the situation worse with sensationalist reporting. So shut up, because you're the only going to panic people, and they ensued and continued to spin the thing in the way I think is disturbing. Now, again, Dr. Drew is a TV personality, but this is a fair point. And let me extrapolate maybe what he's talking about here. Panic buying. This is a product of the media, whipping everybody up, saying the supply chain is going to dry up and you're going to run out of toilet paper. That's the media's fault. Not being able to get paper towel, that's the media's fault. People panic buying antibacterial, all this kind of stuff. That's the media's fault, because they whipped everybody up into a frenzy and made them think that everything was going to go away. People freaking out on Walmart employees because their entire order wasn't in the thing. That's the media's fault for whipping everybody up and just dividing. At a time when the country needs to come together, most reporters on both sides of the aisle, I would say like on the Fox News side of things and on the CNN side of things, they're still just sowing division. And right now is a time is when the country needs to come together, and we need to put these petty differences. And let me be clear, in my opinion, there is no more toxic thing to allow into your friendship circle than people's political differences. Who cares? Go vote for who you want to vote for, and then get back onto your grill outs and playing softball and tossing football back and forth and going swimming and going to ball games. None of that matters. And if you still can't see that now, then you're never going to see it. But that didn't stop him from being forced to issue an apology. Dr. Drew apologizes for saying that everything going on now wouldn't be more serious than the initially thought, or than the standard thing we're used to every year. Dr. Drew Pinsky is now apologizing after he faced some heat on Twitter. Some heat. He's getting threats for previously saying that this would be less severe. Drew Pinsky, 61, is now saying he got it wrong after previously comparing things to the flu. And by the way, okay, you know what? People are allowed to get it wrong. In this ponage society, in this hot take world, people forget that you're allowed to make mistakes. If you're a type of person that makes mistakes and then corrects them, you have to let that go. Otherwise, you're just a loser. Dr. Drew says, quote, my early comments about equating everything going on right now with the normal stuff were incorrect. I was part of a chorus that was saying that, and we were wrong. And I want to apologize for that. Dr. Drew said in a Periscope video that he shared to Twitter on April 4th. That's today. I wish I'd gotten it right, but I got it wrong. Okay, what else do you want? Look, if you're listening to what Dr. Drew says about things, it's your fault if he gets it wrong. I mean, you got Dr. Fauci. If I'm going to listen to any doctor on TV, it's going to be him. Dr. Drew Pinsky faced backlash on Saturday for a video dating back to early February where that showed him downplaying everything. In that clip, which many fans criticized online, he called it a press-induced panic. He also said it was far less dangerous than the normal stuff, and your chances of dying from it are lower than being hit by an asteroid. Pinsky explained that the number he got wrong was because he was only looking at the numbers and not the severity of the illness, and now recommends that anyone looking for more information goes to Dr. Fauci. By the way, who wouldn't have said that before? Quote, I did not, thank goodness, get Dr. Fauci wrong. And when he made it clear that this was not the usual, it was significantly worse, I adjusted course. And if you notice, that's what I've been doing. About 2 hours of media today, changing my perspective in the way to sign on for the more aggressive measures we are taking. And what I also said was to follow CDC recommendations, follow Dr. Fauci's recommendations. They will keep us safe. And I thought that when the government started taking more aggressive measures, we should all sign on. We have a collective responsibility to do so. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. I wear a mask outside. And it's paid dividends. It's improving. It's flattening the curve, and I'm delighted to be a part of that. I'm glad to be a part of that. Dr. Drew Pinsky finished by saying he has signed up to work with New York and LA Health Corps to work with first responders. He said, my heart and soul is with New York City, and this is where I spend a lot of my time, and I will find a way back there if they need me. If they need me on the front line, I will go. What else does he need? I mean, again, it's your fault if you listen to Dr. Drew. And again, to threaten him in this Periscope video, he's had to change locations and things like that. It's bizarre. You know, it's why. I mean, I get that. Look, if we could pull this up. I wanted to pull up some of the. He mentions it in this video. Yeah, he's getting deletion threats for doing this. Dr. Drew and his wife have had to leave their home and go to an undisclosed location because they received threats. To be clear, if you try to in any way excuse those by saying, well, but he said, then you're just as big of a loser as the person who's doing that. I mean, you got the guy. What else do you want from him? He corrected his opinions. He's donating his time, which is more than most of us are doing. But why would people be calling and threatening him? That's not helping anything. You're a moron. And look, if these are probably the same morons who think getting news from, medical advice from Dr. Drew, TV doctor, is a good idea. Maybe they should check in with Dr. Phil afterwards too. I hope you enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you again real soon.